So this week's episode of Digimon Adventure : probably had me the most surprised out of any episode since the Machine Dramon episode. The episode starts off with Takeru and Patamon being chased by a Fangmon. Somehow, Takeru and Patamon are able to last more than half a second running away from this thing, and Taichi and Sora arrive to rescue them. Greymon and Birdramon work together to drive away the enemy, and we actually get some dynamic scenes with Birdramon for once, which is really nice. The kids then meet back inside Commandomon, and try reaching out to the other children to see what's going on. Everyone shares what they're doing, and I just want to make note that Mimi continues to be the best character in the series, as she's cheering on a fight between Togemon and Golemon, alongside a group of Gatsumon. I seriously love this scene way more than I should have. Anyway, while sharing their current status, the children learn from Koshiro that the incident involving the satellites in the International Space Station was leaked out to the public. This led to a wave of rumors and misinformation all across the internet, which seems to be fueling the dark energy that is powering up the enemy Digimon. Patamon, distressed over the fact that he can't seem to evolve into Angemon, reflects on himself as the group continues on. He and Takeru share a pretty heartfelt moment, but this is interrupted as the Fangmon return in larger numbers and are soon joined by Cerberumon. Agumon and Piomon evolve into their ultimate forms to fight them, but are at a disadvantage and end up being separated from the group, surrounded by Fangmon. Cerberumon continues to hunt down the party as Taichi is trying to steer them to safety. Sora ends up being hurt by an attack, and there is no one but Takeru and Patamon left to defend everyone from the two Fangmon that board. Even though he's too weak to evolve into Angemon, Patamon makes a stand with Takeru to protect Sora. Their bond makes Patamon evolve to Pegasmon instead, who then helps Metal Greymon and Garudamon to defeat the enemies. Now, this evolution really came out of nowhere for me, and I really liked it. I'll be honest and say that it wasn't a 100% surprise, since the episode's title, Soaring Hope, was basically a direct reference to Pegasmon, but it was still a surprise overall to see this evolution in the series. For those who may be unfamiliar, Pegasmon is actually Patamon's armor evolution from the 0-2 season. This evolution came to be when the Digimon were unable to evolve to their champion forms due to interference from the enemy, but still needed that power to defeat champion-level threats. Through the use of an armored Digi-Egg, the Digimon were able to evolve into a new form that wasn't quite champion-level, but still on par with them in power. Seeing Patamon evolve into Pegasmon without the use of the Digi-Egg of Hope opens up a whole new world of possible changes coming to this series. We were already suspecting that we'd get some alternate evolutions in this series, but this absolutely confirms that it's not just a pipe dream. Personally, I'm wondering if we might get some Blitz Greymon or Karaskarurumon action with this, and maybe even some Omnimon Alter S. We'll just have to wait and see. What I am curious about though, is if this Pegasmon evolution is going to lead down a whole new path for Patamon, or if he's still going to keep the Angemon line as his main evolutions, while keeping Pegasmon as a backup. Speaking of this, I really do like the development that they're giving Patamon in this series, and why he's not able to evolve into Angemon. This almost seems like the writers are trying to give Patamon a form of PTSD, having him be unable to evolve back to Angemon, who experienced a great amount of torture and trauma during his life. The scars from Devimon are still with him on the inside, and he's not able to fully move beyond that trauma just yet. However, because he's now able to share his new life with Takeru, he's able to use that support to help him look ahead, at least temporarily, and go down a whole new path altogether and evolve into Pegasmon. I do also have to just mention the whole fight scene between Pegasmon and Cerberumon, as this is exactly the kind of fight scene that I've been hoping for. Needless to say, the animation is great, and seeing Pegasmon surge through the enemies on his way to Cerberumon was spectacular. Not only did Pegasmon not defeat it in one hit, but it actually took the combined attack of him, Garudamon, and Metal Greymon to defeat it. I've made so many comments now about my dislike for the Digimon evolving to their new forms and then defeating the enemy in a single attack. So seeing a scene like this, where the newly evolved Digimon still works together with everyone to defeat the enemy, was awesome. I doubt we'll see stuff like this very often, but I'm super happy when it happens. All in all, I thought this episode was great. It had some questionable moments, like the fact that Takeru is somehow able to outrun Fangmon for as long as he did, and how Yamato is basically just Koshiro from the first 10 episodes or so, with how much he's been traveling and doing nothing this whole time. But overall, I think the good far outweighed the bad. Seeing Pegasmon in the series gives me a lot of hope for awesome surprises in the future, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen. It also feels like we're finally closing in on seeing Tailmon too, so I can't wait to see how that's going to come to be. What did you all think of this episode though? Did you like the Pegasusmon evolution? Or would you have preferred if Patamon just evolved into Angemon, or perhaps his ultimate form instead, and kept the same evolution path as before? Do you think we'll see more of the Pegasusmon evolution line? Or will it just be an alternate form he uses sometimes, but doesn't actually go beyond Pegasusmon? Who's been your favorite character in the series so far? I think it comes to no surprise that mine's been Mimi, but leave your thoughts or any others in that comment section. Thank you as always for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will catch you in the next one.